For the longest time, privacy coins were kind of the forgotten corner of the crypto market, right? While everyone was chasing the next big L1 or jumping on meme coins, this whole sector was just sitting there. But recently, something's changed. The market is paying attention again. And believe me, this time it's about a lot more than just hype. So that's the big question, isn't it? In a market that is absolutely dominated by fast-moving memes and, those on-chain degen plays, why are these old-school super tech-heavy coins suddenly making a comeback? The answer tells us a whole lot about where the entire crypto space is headed. And the spark that really lit the fuse was this one single powerful quote from Naval Ravikant. It completely reframed the whole narrative. I mean, almost overnight, Zcash, that's ZEC, exploded like 10x, and it pulled the entire privacy sector right up with it. But hey, a quote can only take you so far. The real story is the foundation that was being built quietly underneath all along. Look, this isn't just one thing, it's a perfect storm. With tracking tools like Arkham becoming totally commonplace, true on-chain anonymity has gone from being this niche feature to a premium, must-have asset. Then you add in all the global economic uncertainty, and you start to see a flight towards assets that represent digital freedom. But, and this is the most important part, the tech itself has been getting some major upgrades, while nobody was really watching. All right, so at the heart of this comeback, you've got two giants with two very different philosophies, Zcash and Monero. And understanding the difference between these two, well, that's the key to understanding the entire sector. Zcash has always been the most technically advanced player in the game. It's built on Bitcoin's codebase, but with this revolutionary upgrade called ZK Snarks. Basically, this tech lets you prove a transaction happened and is totally valid without having to show anyone who sent it, who got it, or how much it was for. It's pretty much mathematical magic. For a long time, though, actually using that powerful privacy was clunky. It wasn't easy. So Zcash solved this with something called unified addresses. The best way to think of it is like a universal adapter for privacy. One address handles everything. It automatically shields the funds you receive, and it keeps your outbound transactions private by default. They took a really complex process and just made it seamless. And this right here, this shows their biggest leap forward. The old ZK Snarks had this potential vulnerability. They required what's called a trusted setup. Now, if that was ever compromised, you could theoretically create counterfeit coins out of thin air. But with their Halo 2 upgrade, that risk is completely gone. It's fully trust minimized, which gives Zcash institutional-grade security guarantees without any central point of failure. It's a huge deal. Now, let's look at the other side of the ring. If Zcash is all about offering this advanced, optional privacy, Monero's philosophy is completely different. With Monero, privacy isn't a feature you turn on, it's the only way it works. Every single transaction for every single user is private always, no exceptions. So how do they pull that off? Well, it's through three distinct layers of cryptographic protection. Ring signatures basically obscure who sent the money. Ring CT hides the amount, and then stealth addresses hide who received it. The end result is a transaction that is completely untraceable and really impossible to de-anonymize. And this creates an incredibly powerful network effect. Because privacy is mandatory, the anonymity set, that's the crowd you're hiding in, is the entire network of Monero users. So every time someone makes a transaction, they are, without even trying, providing cover for everyone else. Your privacy shield is literally the entire user base. Okay, so we've got Zcash with its high-tech institutional-grade privacy, and then we have Monero with its hardcore, always-on anonymity. But let's be real for a second. How does any of this apply to the fast-paced world of trading meme coins and chasing airdrops? Why should you actually care? Because this whole privacy narrative directly impacts how capital flows through the market, and it gives us clues about where the next big opportunities might show up, even if you never ever plan to hold a single privacy coin yourself. Here are three key reasons to pay attention. First, as surveillance ramps up, the ability to move capital without showing your hand becomes a massive strategic advantage. Second, we saw it with Zeke's pump, privacy can kickstart major sector rotations into other undervalued categories. And finally, the technology behind these coins, especially ZK systems, is the engine that's going to power the next generation of private DeFi. So here's a little cheat sheet for the whole sector that kind of breaks down these competing visions. You've got Zcash leading the ZK and institutional narrative. Monero just owns the cypherpunk maximum fungibility angle. Dash is all about simple payments and speed. And then you have experimental tech like Mimblewimble. Understanding these different lanes helps you see where the narrative might flow next. And all of this brings us to the final big takeaway. This comeback isn't just another market trend. It's signaling a fundamental shift. We're moving beyond just transaction secrecy and starting to talk about true identity sovereignty on-chain. You know, as the crypto space matures, the metrics we use to judge a project's real value are evolving. The old questions about transaction speed or raw power, they're becoming less important than a new, much more fundamental question. And that new question is this: in a world of increasing surveillance, what is the ultimate measure of a chain's value? It might just be its ability to protect users' freedom and autonomy. This is the new paradigm, and you better believe privacy coins are at the absolute center of it. So whether you're a trader, a builder, or just an observer, it's worth remembering this. The core ideas of crypto, decentralization, freedom, privacy, they never truly go away. They just wait for the right moment to come roaring back and get repriced by a new generation of the market. And right now, it sure looks like privacy's moment has finally arrived.